Most landlords are overpaying their taxes, and it's not because they're careless. It's because they don't know what to deduct. The IRS doesn't exactly make it obvious. And your accountant, if they don't own real estate, they're probably not maximizing the deductions that matter. But you can. And today we're going to walk through 5 hidden tax deductions that most landlords miss. Even in 2025, these aren't shady loopholes or hacks. They're right there in the tax code. You just have to know where to look and how to use them. Let's start with one that's practically invisible to most new landlords, but it's a game changer if you run your business the right way. If you manage your properties, take tenant calls, organize your files, or run your numbers from your home office. Congratulations, you're running a business from home. And that opens the door to the home office deduction. You don't need a big space. You just need a dedicated room or even a corner used exclusively and regularly for managing your rentals. If that space is 10% of your home, you can deduct 10% of your utilities, rent, or mortgage interest, internet, insurance, and even your property taxes. And the equipment? Your laptop, printer, desk, shelving, all deductible. Too many landlords think this is too small to matter, but these expenses can add up to $1,500 to $3,000 per year. That's not chump change. The key is documentation. Track everything, save receipts, and treat your landlording like the business it is. Now let's talk about something you probably do every week, but almost no one tracks properly: driving to and from your properties, every trip to Home Depot, every tenant walkthrough, every inspection, every lease signing. That's mileage. That's a business trip, and it's deductible. The IRS allows about 67 cents per mile in 2025. That's $670 per thousand miles driven. If you're flying out of state to visit rentals, that airfare, hotel, rental car, and meals on business days, those are deductible too. Just don't deduct the beach day afterward. Use an app like MileIQ or Everlance to track your trips, or check your Google Maps timeline. It's all about creating an audit-proof record. Now this next one, it's where landlords lose thousands every single year because they don't know the difference between a repair and an improvement. A repair keeps your property running. An improvement upgrades it. Patch a leak? Repair. Deduct it all this year. Replace the whole roof? Improvement. Depreciated over 27 and a half years. That difference could mean writing off $2,000 this year or spreading it out as $72 per year for nearly 3 decades. Keep clear records, label invoices, and don't let your CPA default to improvement for every expense, especially if it was a short-term fix. Now let's get into some advanced stuff. Depreciation. Every year, the IRS lets you deduct a portion of your property's value because, in theory, it's wearing out. On a $300,000 building, that's around $11,000 per year in depreciation. That's income you earned, but don't pay tax on. But when you sell, the IRS wants some of it back. That's called depreciation recapture, and it can be taxed up to 25%. Here's the strategy. You use that depreciation now to lower your taxable income while you hold the property. Then when you sell, you 1031 exchange into a new property and defer the taxes. Or if you hold the property until death, your heirs get a stepped-up basis, and the depreciation resets. You may never pay it back. That's why the wealthy love real estate. That's why you should be tracking depreciation every single year, even on properties that aren't cash flowing yet. And finally, the 5th deduction that landlords constantly miss: startup expenses and education. Everything you spend getting your business off the ground, that's deductible. Legal fees to form your LLC, accounting consultations, travel to scout markets, books and online courses, lease templates, property management software. If it's ordinary and necessary to your rental business, it counts. You can deduct up to $5,000 in the first year and amortize the rest over 15 years. And yes, education counts. That BRRRR method course you took, that short-term rental boot camp, that mastermind group, it's all potentially deductible. But again, only if you treat your real estate like a business, only if you separate your personal and business finances, and only if you keep records. So let's recap everything we've covered. Number 1, if you work on your rentals from home, claim your home office expenses. Number 2, every mile and every flight tied to your property, that's money you're leaving on the table if you don't track it. Number 3, learn the difference between repairs and improvements. And don't let your CPA misclassify your expenses. Number 4, use depreciation every single year and manage the recapture strategically. Number 5, your startup costs and landlord education are deductible. Treat them that way. If you take just these 5 deductions seriously, you could save thousands in taxes this year and every year going forward. Here's what to do next. Step 1, go back through your last 12 months of spending and flag everything that could be related to your rentals. Step 2, get organized. Use a spreadsheet or a tool like Stessa to track it. Step 3, schedule a tax review before the end of the year. Waiting until April is too late. Step 4, hire a CPA who owns real estate, not just someone who files taxes. Because at the end of the day, landlording isn't just about roofs and rents. It's about maximizing every dollar you earn, including the ones you keep by not overpaying Uncle Sam. The tax code rewards real estate investors who do it right. That's you, starting today. Want help? Download our free landlord tax deduction tracker below. Drop a comment. Which of these deductions shocked you the most? And subscribe for more real estate tax tips, investing strategies, and content to help you build financial freedom faster than you thought possible.